Very pleasant good morning to everyone. This is the continuation of Unit 4 Prose 17 Oranges. As in the previous class, I taught you the story of the 17 oranges. Here, a narrator Bill, he worked as a driver, driver in the shipyard. At the same time, Clem Jones, he was narrator's friend. Pongo, he was a police who worked there in the shipyard. Here, Clem Jones, he cleverly stole a box of cheese earlier by crossing the gate with the box and a cat inside the box. When he was asked to open, there was a cat. So within 2 minutes, he came to the same box. So the Pongo did not suspect him and let him free. So when he went home, he could find a box of cheese inside a box of French Dutch cheese. Thus he stole this box of cheese in a cunning way. Similar to that, narrator also managed to steal 17 oranges. He was not a thief, but he was very fond of oranges. So he took 17 oranges inside the apron. While he was coming out of the gate, he was intercepted by Pongo and found guilty of stealing oranges, and he was put inside the cabin, and also oranges were arranged inside the cabin. So he locked him inside the cabin he locked the cabin, and he went to call his friend to show the evidence for the theft. Now come to page, we have seen page number 88, 89 and 90, page number first paragraph. Now we are going to see page number 90, second paragraph. All of take page number 90, come to the second paragraph. Too many people stealing from the dogs, Pongo said. You haven't stolen these oranges, concealed them in your pocket. Have you anything to say? Concealed means hid. Concealed means hid. I said nothing. I was very frightened, but I kept quiet. I had read a lot of detective stories to make the mistake of blabbing. Blabbing means talking foolishly. Blabbing means talking foolishly. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. I knew that the best plan was to say nothing, so you won't say anything, said Pongo. I am going to bring another policeman here. I will be a witness against you. When I bring up this case in the court, Pongo left the cabin and locked the door behind him. I was very worried. So here, he was caught. Narrator was caught red-handed by the police, and he was put inside his cabin along with the 17 oranges on the table. He locked the cabin, so he investigated him by asking many questions, but he didn't utter a single word. He very well knew if he talks unnecessary things, it will be evidence. It will be evidence for the theft of stealing oranges. So he did not talk even a single word. So finally, there was no other go for the Pongo, the police also. So he needs some evidence. So he locked the cabin and went to call another police to show the evidence of theft. Pongo left the cabin and locked the door behind him. He was very worried. I looked at the walls, I looked at the door, I looked at the 17 oranges, and I looked at the apron with its broken string. I will lose my job. I thought perhaps I will go to prison. What will my father say? Perhaps means sometimes. Perhaps means sometimes. What will my father do? I almost gave up the hope of escaping from the trouble. I was locked in the cabin. The oranges were on the table. Pongo had gone to bring the witness. I was in trouble. So here, while he was locked inside, while he was inside this cabin, thoughts went one after the other. What will happen he looked everywhere. He looked everywhere inside the cabin. He looked at the 17 oranges. He looked at the string of the apron, broken string of the apron, and also he looked at the door. And some thoughts went after one after another, just like a flash of a photograph. He will lose his job. He will lose his job. He will go to prison. And what will his father think if he comes to know of the theft? And what will my father do? So he was thinking about the consequence of stealing, the effect of stealing. What is the punishment that will get after stealing? So come to the next paragraph. I almost gave up the hope of escaping from the trouble. I was locked in the cabin. The oranges were on the table. The Pongo had gone to bring the witness. I was in trouble. Here he lost all the hope. There was no hope for him. He was locked inside the cabin. Oranges were on the table. He don't know what to do. Come to next line. Oh my God, I said, what can I do? Eat the oranges, said the voice in the head. Eat the evidence. Eat them. I said, yes, said the voice in my head. Eat them and evidence will be gone. Be quick, eat them all. I thought for a half a second. Then I took an orange. I peeled it and put it in my mouth. Soon, only pips were left. You have to swallow the pips too, said the voice in my head. You have to swallow the pips and peel. You have to swallow the evidence. So he was totally confused and he don't know what to do. At that time, some inner voice, from inside, from his mind, told him to eat the evidence. How to eat the evidence? To eat the oranges. So first he took one orange and peeled means removed the skin of the orange and he ate one orange. So again the inner voice told him to eat the pips and peel. Pips means small seeds, hot seeds, and also the skin together. So he ate the pips and peels of the oranges, of the first orange, and next another voice told him to swallow all the oranges. So he took a knife inside the pocket and cut into small large pieces, and he was just swallowing it one after the other. Come to the next line. Yes, of course, page number 91. Yes, of course. Of course means definitely. Of course means yes or definitely. Yes, of course, definitely. I said I swallowed the pips and put some of the peel in my mouth. Don't eat it, said the voice. And there isn't time. Swallow it. Be quick. Swallow it. I took small knife from my pocket and cut the oranges into large chunks. I swallowed the pieces of oranges one after the another. There were still 3 oranges on the table. When I heard Pango outside, I stopped. My stomach was full. So again the voice told to swallow the oranges. So he took the knife and cut into pieces and he swallowed all the oranges. So be quick, swallow them, said the voice. I was lucky. Pongo and the other policemen had some caught at the dock gate. They went and talked to the driver. This gave me a few more minutes. So within that time, when the policeman went to call another policeman for evidence, within that time he swallowed 14 oranges, 3 were left. At the same time, the police came. When the police came near to it, another cart came near to the gate, and this policeman went to see the cart. At that time, 3 oranges were left. I must swallow all the oranges, I thought. Only 3 left. I swallowed the first one, then the second. Suddenly, door began to open. I went through a great deal of struggle and finally managed to finish off the last piece of the last orange. Pongo and the other policeman walked in. This is the thief, Pongo said. I caught him with the pockets full of oranges. Finally, and the policeman went to check another cart that was near to the gate. he ate the remaining 3 oranges, swallowed the remaining 3 oranges with much difficulty. When the police came back, he came with another policeman and he showed, "This is the thief," Pongo said. "I caught him with the packets of full oranges." Then Pongo looked at the table. At first, he could not figure out what had happened. "Where are the oranges? I can smell them," said the another policeman. When he called the another policeman and showed, "This is the man who was found guilty of stealing oranges," when he told, but at the same time there was no oranges. There was no oranges on the table. He was totally shocked at the act of disappearance of the orange. But they could smell the orange. Come to the next one. "I said nothing." Pongo looked everywhere for the oranges. "I looked in my pockets." He looked in my apron, but he didn't find one orange. Finally, Pongo understood what had happened, but it was much difficult to believe. "17 oranges," he said. "Big 17 big oranges. How did you eat them all?" I said nothing. Pongo was not able to send me to prison. There was no evidence. Pongo became angry and shouted at me, but I didn't say a word. In the end, he had to let me go. So, while looking at the act of disappearance of the orange, he couldn't believe. Finally, he came to the conclusion that it would be eaten by the narrator. At the same time, he was shocked how he ate all the 17 oranges all of a sudden within a short time. He asked him how did he eat all the 17 oranges, but he did not utter a single word. At the same time, Pongo shouted angrily at him. Even shouting angrily at him, there was no evidence. So he made him free. I told Clum Jones about the 17 oranges. Pongo locked you in that cabin for half an hour, said Clum. He had no rights to do that. Perhaps Clum was right. I didn't know. I didn't have time to think about it. I had eaten 17 large oranges. Perhaps means sometimes. Oranges, peels and pips and all. I felt very sick for a week. Those oranges kept working away in my stomach. So after escaping from the hands of the police, Pongo, he revealed everything to Clum Jones. What had happened? How he escaped from Clum Jones. He ate all the oranges. He swallowed all the oranges, including pips and peels. Finally, he felt sick for a week because he had swallowed it completely with peels and pips. That's the story of 17 oranges. Here in page number 93, there are 10 short answers given there. 93 and 94, 10 short answers are given there. You have to complete these short answers within 2 days. Study 5 short answers each day and complete with the short answers within 2 days. Now I am going to read this. Choose the best answer from the options given below. The narrator was very fond of reading detective stories, driving the pony cart, eating oranges, munching away at something. Eating or the narrator was very fond of eating oranges. Next one. Narrator was searched by the policeman because his pockets were bulging. Question number 3. Narrator kept his mouth shut when questioned by Pongo because anything said would be held as evidence against him. Next one. The voice in the narrator head advised him to eat all the oranges. The narrator in the voice in the narrator's head advised him to eat all the oranges. Next one. Pongo found no trace of the oranges on the table because narrator had eaten them all. Then come to page number 94. Find the synonyms for the underlined word. Synonyms means meanings. The voice in his head asked the narrator to eat the evidence. Evidence means proof. Evidence means proof. Clum looked at the Pongo furiously. Furiously means angrily. Furious means angrily. Next one. When Pongo caught the narrator with the oranges, he was very frightened. Frightened means afraid. Afraid or scared. Only afraid is given here. Next one. The narrator was quiet when Pongo questioned him. Quiet means silent. Quiet means silent. Next one. Narrator was in trouble because he took the oranges. Trouble means difficulty. Come to the next section. Find the antonyms of the underlined words in the following sentences. Antonyms means opposites. 17 oranges were hidden in the narrator's pocket. Hidden means exposed. Hidden means exposed. Next one. Club Jones was ordered to open the box. Ordered means opposite of ordered is refused. Opposite of ordered is refused. Next one. Pongo locked the narrator inside the cabin. Locked. Opposite of locked. Opposite of locked is released. Next one. Pongo carefully searched the narrator's pocket. Carefully means opposite is carelessly. Next one. Narrator of the story felt very sick for a week. Sick opposite healthy. As I told you, study the page number 93 and 94. 10 short answers are there. Finish it within 2 days, and then you can go through the paragraph question. That is in page number 94. The third day you can study the paragraph question. Narrate answer the following in about 80 to 100 words. Narrate the clever strategy followed by Clum Jones to deceive Pongo. Clever strategy means plan. Strategy means plan followed by Clum Jones to deceive. Deceive means cheat. Cheat Pongo. Describe the confrontation between narrator and the Pongo. These two questions you can study in the third day. First 2 days study the short answers. This one you can study in the third day. When you come to the next class, I will teach you about phrasal verbs, auxiliary verb, primary auxiliary, modal auxiliaries are there. I will finish it in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.